Get ready, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for kickoffs and kick-ons.
Three, two, one.
Oh, yeah. Good countdown, Biv.
I know it's 2 episodes in a week,
Mate,
in a row.
Very good energy. We have a cracking show planned for you today. Let me do the introduction, then bring in the 2 very special Wallabies. That's 2. That's right. We are down 1 again. That's okay. We'll get into that.
Man down.
That's okay. Hello, welcome to the KOKO Show. Yes, it's kickoffs and kick-ons, your favourite rugby podcast that you listen to with great joy, one would hope. First and foremost, congratulations to England on an amazing win in the Women's World Cup and for putting on an amazing tournament. You saw the scenes there. 82,000 fans showed up to Twickenham to cheer on their girls, and they got it done. Just an amazing tournament. So well done to the Red Roses. Secondly, congratulations to New Zealand on winning the Bledisloe Cup again for another year. Good on you. Chur Bros. 33-24, they got it done at Eden Park on Saturday. Their 52nd win in a row at that particular fortress was a great game. The only thing I wish for was more penalties. I don't think there was enough. Worked out at about 3 penalties. Sorry, 1 minute, 1 penalty every 3 minutes. I prefer sort of 1 penalty every 2 minutes. That's me.
Yeah, you are a big penalty guy.
I love it. I want to see more of our man, Andrea Pirati, one of the great whistleblowers. We are not making excuses before you have a crack at us. I just think put your fucking whistle away. Lastly, congrats to South Africa on the demolition job of Los Pumas. What an odd game.
Yes.
Quite evenly poised and then
bang.
Yeah. Shackles off.
The Bokker blitzed.
Just amazing. They are now on top of the RC ladder. We'll get into that. The world champs primed and ready to win another RC. Let's bring in your Wallabies. It's that man to my left, Mr Drew Mitchell, what an absolute champion. The man down in Canberra, it's Mr Matthew Giteau. And sadly, we are down no Adam Ashley Swoop Cooper.
Yeah, Big Swoop. He's at a conference today, of all things. One that he couldn't push. Obviously, he's when you go to a conference, you don't control it. So, Big Swoop. He's good corporate Swoop today. Yeah. So, anyway, we'll have him next week.
We will.
We said that 2 weeks ago, but we'll have him next week.
I know. He's a bit of a fan favourite as well.
Yeah.
Everywhere we go.
People want to know
what's happening with Swoop. Let me say this to you, Matt, unless you'd like to say it. Oh, something's happened here with Matt. He's just looking.
Matt is distracted.
What's happening there?
Okay, so Drew and Bianca have been texting.
Happy birthday to you. Hey, Winter. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Goitano. Happy birthday to you. Hip hip. Hip hip.
Hooray!
Hip hip.
Hooray!
Hey, blow it out. 1, 2, 3, go.
Matt's daughter Winter there.
Yay!
His wife Bianca, beautiful.
That looks great. Thank you. That was.
Thank you, B. And if you don't mind just
Fire.
slicing off a piece and make him eat it there, please.
Can't, mate. We're ripping up.
Oh, geez, he's strict. No, I got the locale. We organised the locale one.
Right, so you've been discussing.
Oh, here we go. You were thinking we'd forgotten, haven't you?
Oh, no, I said, Bianca, don't put anything on social. I don't want to tip anyone off. Let's just keep it quiet. And then I hadn't heard anything, and I was like, this is going all right.
Yeah, before we started rolling the cameras, he's like, we're going to be finished by 4:30. I've got something on. And we're just I knew what you're going on.
I've got things to do.
As if I'm going to forget your birthday, bro.
Yeah, I know you wouldn't.
I said it what?
You're one of a kind.
You said it 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks
you
ago,
rang
I
me.
said, boys, he may not come up because that day is his birthday.
Yeah.
It might be a dial-in because it's his birthday, or he might want to come and celebrate with his mates. But he chose family over friends. But that's fine.
Well, Swoop was there.
Yeah, that's
party.
true. Yeah, no, but no, we didn't forget, mate. Happy birthday, and I hope have had a great day, but also have a great evening, and hope it's a good one.
Give myself a little spicy mug. I hit it down because I didn't want to throw you off.
Here's to Goitan.
Very good. I better crack one while we're here. Hey, Goitano, if you don't mind me asking, how many years young are you? What have you turned?
43.
Oh, it's a magic age.
Oh, 43. That's where you said the eyes go. Isn't that right?
Yeah, normally 43, 44. Different reasons for different people. But go get them checked, I guess.
Oh, I know. They're definitely, they're rude.
I'd like to see you with a sexy pair of specs. Maybe some of the the Pawn Man glasses or Les
Yeah,
Kiss
Galtier.
frames?
Mate, that'd be outstanding.
Galtier is a tough one to pull off, but yeah, I'll give it a go.
I reckon a few people have probably pulled him off.
That's good. That's the podcast. If you hadn't seen it before, that's the type of gear we run. I love it. Weekend learnings.
Yeah, where were we, mate? Weekend learning. It's been a while because we had a misstep.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, I learnt two things related.
Yep.
One, single parenting is easy.
Oh,
It is not an issue.
controversial.
Well,
That's
it is.
punchy.
I think you just need to, if you're disciplined and you think about the next day, you've got a structure, it is so easy. I don't know why. Bianca, I can't speak on behalf of all women, but my wife in particular, why she makes a song and dance about it. It's very easy. The second thing.
I reckon that cake's going to end up in his face.
Yeah.
My wife was away. She went to Greece, so that's why I had the kids.
Yes.
She was saying when you go to the toilet, you know, if you're doing a number 2, you wipe your bum and you're not allowed to flush the toilet paper. You've got to put it in a bin next to you.
Oh.
Imagine the job having to go around and empty those bins.
Imagine going in after someone else and
Yeah.
there's obviously got to be a terrible smell. But yeah, everywhere she went, she was like, you don't flush toilet paper
I
down.
didn't think we'd be sitting here talking about your wife's pooing and saying it would be a terrible smell.
Well, she followed someone else in, I assume.
Of course, yeah. No.
Yeah, of course.
She was just doing a wee.
Yeah,
Of
yeah,
course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Oh,
And if-
good clarification.
Yeah. If you are playing KOKO Bingo, there's a couple there. Just tick those off. You, mate, what did you learn?
Well, similar vein. I had my 3 teenage nieces visiting for the last 5 days. Dropped them to the airport today, all in one piece. All had a wonderful time. What did we do? We climbed the Sydney Harbour Bridge. We went to the markets. Plenty of time at the beach. Went to Taronga Zoo, and the girls got me a gift to say thank you for having them for the last 5 days. My little I Love Taronga hat. So, what did I learn? Having teenage girls is a breeze also.
Okay.
What is it? What do you talk about at dinner and that? Like, are you starting to get up with the Gen Z, and are you trying to
we
be
talk a bit of
uncle,
K-pop.
or-
Talk a bit of K-pop. What else? We just talk about what they're like, because my oldest niece Samantha is going into year 12, so more about like what she's thinking of doing afterwards, which is medicine.
There you go.
Oh wow!
Yeah, so the apple fell really far away from my brother's tree there.
like a different tree.
Yeah, different orchid.
Yeah.
I mean, just anything happened throughout the day. Pop culture, as you will.
There you go. Mate, you're pretty with it with the kids. Like, you're still pretty hip and
Yeah, I'm across it. Yeah. No, it was a good time. It was very busy. Had a full itinerary.
Yeah, you'd be
Uncle Biv,
tired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't slept in the lounge the last 4 nights, so that'd be nice tonight.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, did you sleep in the lounge a bit?
No, I was thinking I haven't lately. I was thinking, no, I've had a good run in the bed. What did I learn? I learnt that Aroni Clark has some serious pipes on him.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wasn't that a nice moment?
Is that the first time ever that a starting winger for an international rugby side's father ushers them in with the anthem? I say it would
I'm
be.
sure it's the first time that any player has had the anthem sung to them by their parent or one of their parents.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a surprise to him.
Tommy
yeah.
just said he didn't know, but I'm assuming Aroni knew that he was going to sing.
No, Aroni knew, but
Yeah, I know.
apparently Caleb.
I got it.
Yeah, Caleb. I mean, he said after the game that he didn't know until halfway through the English verse of the anthem that he's like, "Hang on, I know this voice."
Oh,
Because
wow.
he, again, Caleb said that he was going to get emotional because his first time ever playing at Eden Park as an All Black as well. So it was already an emotional moment for Caleb. But then he kind of, his eyes are closed and sort of was getting a bit choked up, and then he realised it was his old man singing, and then the tears started flowing after that, and they had a nice little embrace afterwards. It was a really nice moment.
And then he was first try scorer, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was,
Within
yeah.
3 minutes.
I kind of thought that when I was like, this guy's going to have a belter here.
Yeah. I mean, good to get that
It
out
could
of the
go
way.
either way because he was so
Yeah.
emotional. It could either, almost distract, but it certainly didn't.
Very,
Spurred
very
him on.
good. We will get into that All Blacks Wallabies match very shortly. Just a reminder, we are doing our weight loss challenge. The goal is to...
It is a challenge.
It is definitely a challenge. Is to basically improve our body fat percentage to a level that makes us happy. The good news is we now have a sponsor on board for this segment. And today we welcome Whoop, who they're all
There
about
it is.
unlocking human performance and health span. So basically, let me tell you about this, boys. I believe we've each got a Whoop. Tommy, is that
I'm about
correct?
to unbox those for you. Prof.
Very, very
We've
good.
swapped out swoop for whoop. Swoop for whoop.
It's actually saying more than Swoop normally does. Optimize sleep, strain and recovery with Whoop, the most advanced fitness and health wearable with personalised insights, improve performance. So basically what you do here, Goit, is you wear a Whoop on your arm and then you've got a little app on your phone and it can go in and it can tell you, can track and monitor your health, including sleep, heart rate, blood pressure. It can show you your real age, which I genuinely don't want to see. My real age. I hope Whoop lies to you.
Yeah, not yet. But at the end of this challenge...
So, yes, that's amazing. So we will basically we'll compare notes each week after wearing our Whoop. We'll post weekly in the group chat. And, yeah, people can follow the KOKO's journey throughout this process of self-discovery and change, all thanks to Whoop. How is it going for you?
Look, remember I said on the socials only a couple of weeks ago that I'm having a little bit of trouble locking in this time around. Mm-hmm. I'm getting better at it. The last 5 days, whilst my step count has been through the roof, climbing things like the Harbour Bridge and walking around the zoo and all that type of stuff. Dietary-wise, Uncle Drew didn't want to cook while the girls are down, so we ate out every meal for the last 5 days. So, maybe nutrition was a bit off this week, but I didn't drink, so that's, maybe balancing it out a bit. Anyway, I'm now motivated. I'm going to have real-time data. I'm going to know when I'm tracking well, where my recoveries are. What I like about this feature, and I've often thought about this because sometimes I've been knocking on death's door and I just thought, like when you're playing Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat and they've got a health bar and you're like, how close am I? Like, how close am I?
You think Whoop will tell you that?
Well, it's not quite in terms of your life, but like your recovery, in terms of, how much you've recovered and how much more emphasis you need and focus you need to put into your recovery. It's the closest thing I think that you can get to where your health bar is at a certain point. And because I've thought at some point, I'm like, oh, geez, I must be low. Like I'd be in the red percent if I was on Mortal Kombat at this point. But now I'm going to know exactly where I am, where I'm tracking, what I need to do in terms of sleep, recovery, wellness, all that type of thing to get myself back up and going.
Now they're going to be on for 2 stints, Goit. So there's a 6-week stint because I think we finish up on November 24th. That's the first reveal.
Ooh.
In 6 weeks' time, and then they're also on board for 4 weeks next year to basically see if we've maintained.
Maintained. There's been no maintaining over the Christmas break. Let's be honest. It's more to see how much we've blown out.
See how much we've blown out, but then we've got that 4-week period to then tuck it back in.
Yeah.
But yeah, how you going with it all, Goit? Surviving, working hard?
Yeah. Well, my challenge, I thought we'd started 3 or 4 weeks ago. So I've been going pretty hard in the paint. And it sounds like we're now starting to lock in again. So for me, I'm going to have to dip into that well again to re-motivate. What I like about this is it's basically going to call bullshit. So you say to Drew, how you been going? Yeah, mate, tracking really well.
Oh, are you saying that I've been lying?
I've been pretty honest.
I've been pretty honest.
Using an example.
Okay, fair. Sorry, I'm a bit sensitive.
Example. Should have been Swoop, maybe. But if you say you're tracking well, there's nowhere to hide. It's going to show how much we're locking in.
Yeah.
How you going, Jimbo? You training?
I'm training. I'm. It's that old thing for me. I'm having trouble putting muscle on. So I'm the lightest I've been since I was about 19.
Ooh.
But I am trying to put the muscle on because apparently the process will be easier. So hopefully does the Whoop tell you how to get muscles sure it does?
Yeah, I mean, obviously supplements a little bit. You have a bit of whey protein, but I've found, and I've never had it before because I used to get small tears when I'd run with it, but creatine the last 3 weeks.
Yeah, I've been hearing that a lot lately.
Like it would, like, especially once you're a bit older, like it's really helped me find my watt bike legs, even running legs. Like I feel like I've ticked over that point that I was struggling during the Lions period.
All right, I'll go get some creatine.
Yeah.
Okay, hey, we do have a very special guest on today. One of the best Wallabies going around until he sadly got injured. So Tom Wright will join us. He'll dive into this Bledisloe Cup for us. God, it must be hard for him sitting back and watching that from the sidelines. But gents, before he jumps on, let's get you two to give me your thoughts, your feedback on that match at Eden Park. I felt like we were going to win it. That was my thought. Like, I felt we were coming home.
Yeah. It's a frustrating one, right? Like, unfortunately, we keep putting ourselves in a position where we have to come home and claw a deficit back. To the All Blacks' credit, they started really well, put us under a lot of pressure. We didn't help ourselves. Like, I know there's been a lot of chat about Andre. Is it Piardi? But at the same time, like, there's some things there that were 50-50s and we could sit there and argue till we're black and blue in the face. But there are also some times where we were getting penalised for just things that we were doing ourselves. Like, Harry Wilson, the captain, he got done for 2 no-arm wraps. So little ones like that. It's fine margins. Just get your shoulder up. Like, the intent was fantastic. His line speed, just to get off and try and chop the player. But those little things, just like the small margins, just getting that arm up to wrap, mean that you're getting marched back down the field, and then you're under pressure, and then it just starts to, to culminate, and the pressure starts to, become so great that the All Blacks are too good a side not to take advantage of it. So it was a frustrating one. There's so much good footy. A lot has been said about James O'Connor and a couple of kicks that that didn't find touch. I think that's overshadowed the fact that he actually played a good game otherwise. And I know that, Gitz, you can speak to this more. You kicked for touch a lot more than I did, but those 2 kicks, whilst they're unforced errors, I think the fact that made them worse was just the moments in which they happened and the momentum we had at the time and the particular point in the game. So it had a bit more impact than perhaps it would have, if you did the same thing in a different time of the game.
I think they're, and you can't really defend that as a kicker. Like, that's your job, to put those out. But I agree. I thought Rabs, he added so much. James added a lot. I thought Len, no disrespect to Hunter the week before, but it's not just Len's first phase. It's the multi-phase where he just picks and goes around the ruck. Almost if the halfback's not there, he just keeps momentum going, keep him moving. He had a hand in 2 of their tries. So I thought Flicky Tower was big. But, like Drew said, a frustrating watch because for whatever reason, we're not, that first 20 minutes seems to be the real issue. But I'm sure Joe would be talking about why we keep getting behind. We need to start fast. They'd be re-emphasising that, but we just can't seem to click in a gear from the start of the game. It takes a while, but once we do, we were good. I was like you, Prof. I thought we were probably going to win, get it done. There were a couple of telling penalties at critical moments when I felt we had momentum that did kind of reverse momentum, and I don't know how I felt about those calls, but I don't want to be that whinging Aussie, like we don't want to keep talking about the refs because each week it seems to be we're complaining about the refs, so there's got to be something in it that we're doing wrong.
Yeah.
When I complain about the refs, it's nothing to do with who won the game.
Me too as well. But it's just like the 2 ones that, Tom Hooper's and I thought Fraser McWright's ones were quite telling because especially in the second half, we felt like we had momentum. We'd clawed back from 20-3 to 2017 and things were starting to move well for us. I agree with you. I think New Zealand deserved the win.
Yeah.
Not the win. They keep the blooders low.
Yeah.
It's just frustrating, these penalties every week.
Well, I was sitting in a room in the Eastern Suburbs and I'd say 35% of it was All Blacks fans because you know what it's like in the East. It's full of Kiwis and they were getting us pissed off every time the whistle would blow. Yeah. Because these are 2 amazing attacking sides and the game was phenomenal. There's got to be a better way to do it where they find a way to continue advantage or where as long as the ball's not disrupted too much.
I guess it's a hard balance, right? Because if you keep the ball playing and the TMO checks it, then there's the risk of having to go back 8 to 10 phases while the TMO is checking it. And then they go, okay, actually there was an infringement, we've got to go back. And you're like, well, so there's no sort of happy medium there, right? Because you'd be frustrated if they pulled it back after 10 phases or something. Yeah. But at the same time, you're upset because they're pulling it up before that happens. So it's tough. I just think we've made our game too grey. And there's too much room for interpretation and there's so much for referees and referees' assistants and TMOs to look at that it's just like we've complicated what is meant to be a simple game. And that makes it really hard to adjudicate.
What I will say on a more positive note, Slips, how we've forgotten up until this point to mention him, 150 tests as a front row. Like, fuck it, 100 as a halfback, you're not doing any tackling, but you've hung in there, you've shown longevity, but 150 as a front rower.
Yeah.
You do what he's done. What's he, 1 of 3? Is he the third man to hit 150?
Yeah, one of 3 players, yeah. Alan Wynne and Whitelock as well, it's incredible. And just the guy that he is as well. I just think Slips, I just got goosebumps and actually think about it. Slips is just a really great guy. And, you know, you don't stay around in team sports if you're not a great guy. Like, obviously, on the field, he's got his value and what he brings and all of that. But you don't hang around team environments if you're not a good person. And Slips is all about team first. And whilst this year, you know, when he passed the Gregan record and then there's been a few milestones that he's hit. And he's a pretty humble guy. He doesn't like the fact that it's about him, but the team want to make it about him. They get the shirts made up and he runs out first. And you can see it kind of sits uneasy with him, but it's also a moment for his family, his immediate family with his wife and his little one, and you know, his family, his parents and everyone as well, to kind of share in those moments. But you also can just see how much he means to the group around him. Like, you know, all the players absolutely love Slips. I love playing with him and really love to see him, love seeing him make hit these milestones and these achievements because he's a really good guy.
So he's 36 now, and he doesn't seem to have slowed up. Like he's still punching the holes pretty hard.
No,
At what stage does that happen?
We spoke about that with Whitey, Tom Wright, when we had him on. The way Slips puts on his undies, I would love to see him by the end of it. I don't know when he's going to retire because rugby-wise, he's still flying. But I'd love to see him put his undies on after a game just to see how buckled his back is.
Why doesn't he just go undieless? Why doesn't he just freeball?
Well, you still have to put your pants on.
If he wears a sarong.
Stand up, yeah, I don't know, yeah.
Just wrap a towel.
Yeah,
anyway.
But also playing.
Oh, you probably can't
get the strides off, all that.
Yeah, and they do the crutch behind, so I don't think he can go freeball on that one.
Can I ask you guys, just because I didn't get it, the Harry Potter sin bin? Can you just explain it to me? Well, I'm not whinging again. I literally didn't understand
I don't think we
it.
can explain that infringement. I think it was just. I think it was probably a little bit too quick on the whistle, and it almost looked too easy for it to be not an infringement. But I also think it was probably frustration from the referee because there was a number of infringements down in that area. Next one's going to go. Didn't matter if it was Harry Potter or anyone else, and I think it was just probably a little bit too quick on the whistle for that one. But I mean, look, again, you've got to adapt and you've got to interpret what the referee's doing. Like players, referees can have bad days. So if he's having one and he's getting a bit too quick trigger on it, then you got to pull back and just maybe not contest, or you've got to be really obvious when you're rolling away, or whatever it might be. I mean, it was obvious on the weekend that he was just going a little bit too quickly on things. So you've got to have that adjustment out in the field because he wasn't making the adjustment. So you've got to as a team, because otherwise you can keep getting penalised and then think, oh, we're hard done by. But at the same time, you're in a contest, you've got to try and do what you can. But, I mean, also, like, let's not just talk about that. Like, the Wallabies missed more than 3 times the tackles that the All Blacks did. Like, the one area that's been really good for them in the Rugby Championship has been their defence. And all of a sudden, they kind of went away from it. Like, not just their first up tackles, but just the unity in their defensive structures, all that sort of stuff. Things that have been going so well for them, they kind of went away from. And whether that's, I don't know, whether that's not having their sort of spiritual leader in a Will Skelton or someone like that, maybe, I don't know. But, like, maybe they're the intangible things by having a Will Skelton in the team, having someone who's bringing that physical, abrasive kind of, attitude and mindset to the game. Maybe that's an
intangible. I think also as a vocal senior player as well. You may keep people accountable with discipline.
Yeah.
Like, you can have easy outs. If you're a bit tired, you're on the pump, let's just do something cynical and you give away penalty. Whereas when you've got senior guys around you that'll bark at you, that's the time for you to dig in.
Yeah.
And when you're up against momentum, that's the time to actually really have discipline. Maybe that's just one area that we do have to work on. Yeah. When we're under the pump, just stay solid, believe in the system we've got, and then eventually, legally, maybe we'll get the ball back.
I bet there's some big ins this weekend. Will's back.
Yep.
Valentini's back.
Yep.
I think there's one other's back.
Nic White.
Nic White, of course, yeah.
Oh, Whitey, won't let him retire.
Isn't Jake Gordon back as well?
Well, he's in the squad, yeah. So I don't know if Nic White's just brought in for cover. I would imagine it's just for this last Bledisloe game, and then for the end of season tour, the spring tour, they'll give a younger guy a crack. But maybe one last ride for Whitey.
Very, very good. Now, we are about to bring our special guest in, but before we do, we are, for the first time this week, we are going to offer Patreon. We spoke about this a couple of weeks ago. It's us doing a little bit of bonus content, doing a bit more of a deep dive into particular segments or particular ideas. You guys asking us questions and us spending a bit more time on them. This first go that we're going to have, it's all about the Bledisloe. So it's been going for a long time. The Kiwis have been very successful in it, but I want to hear from 2 former Wallabies what it was like to play, earliest memories, a few yarns that people haven't heard before. And for you you're watching this at the moment, if you want to support this podcast, it's only $2 a week. So you pitch in your $2 a week, you get your bonus content. There's a bunch of other stuff that's going to end up going on that Patreon. There's a little forum on there. You can chat to us. You'll get first access to merch. If we do live show tickets, you'll get first access, all that sort of stuff. So it's only $2 a week, Drew.
We also want to treat it like the Q&A part of our live show as well, which is always kind of the fun parts when you ask the questions that perhaps we haven't heard or in a particular way, and then we can kind of give them some time and either answer them or not.
All right, that'll happen on Wednesday. We'll release that, so make sure you sign up for that. We are being joined by a man here who looks like he's dressed like Walter White when he used to cook.
Bridey Righty, I mean.
He's a canary.
God, I was thinking the couch is a bit empty. Forgot that Gitz was on Zoom.
Yeah, don't worry about it. It looks good, mate. You look really good.
Oh, thanks. Appreciate it. Yeah, it's, I've had plenty of time to manscape and do all the good stuff. So, been pretty bored, to be fair.
Tommy Erskine's worried about his intro.
All right, rip into me, go.
All right, righty, you know how it works. Tommy writes an intro, as we've just mentioned. He's terrified that it's too hard this week, a bit harsh. He's actually sweating bullets here. All right, let's give this a go. This week on the KOKO Show, we are joined by one of Australia's rugby's wounded wonderkins. This fella is not only one of the best fullbacks cutting around world rugby, but some have said that this Randwick-born rager is tipped to have the best arse, abs and abductors in all of rugby. That's pretty good, Tommy.
Yeah, it started well.
Shame, it's all downhill from here.
Shame the same can't be said about his ACLs. Am I right? Yeah, that's pretty harsh. Only kidding. This bloke may be sidelined for the rest of 2025, but that only means one thing. Watch the fuck out 2026. It will be back, bigger, better, and more beautiful than ever. So please put your hands together for the fullback that gives you a full mongrel, our Eastern Suburbs eshay and Canberra's clippered up king. He is a man that prides himself on being as smooth as a dolphin. It is, of course, the one and only Mr Tom Wright.
Yes.
Oh, that was nice. I like that. That's a great finish.
That was good. It was really only the one thing about just, the one thing that's keeping you away from the thing he does and loves. But anyway, kick him while he's down, like Righty said.
That's good. Behind the camera, no face, no shame. So it's good.
No face. There's still plenty of shame.
Righty, let's start with a bit of an update. How is the rehab coming along?
Yeah, it's good. It's I'd love to say that, I'm flying and doing heaps of stuff, but I'm not at the moment. About a month post, was probably on my ass for best part of 2 weeks. Doc didn't want me sweating, and obviously risk of infection is like the last thing they sort of want to teeter on. So was getting pretty bored, pretty housebound, fluff around at home a bit. Mrs. was done with me, was pretty keen for me to go and start doing some shit. So it's been good the last probably fortnight, or just best part of. Been training. Went over to Auckland to cheer on slips, that old fuck, and then back into it today, which has been good, really good.
Mate, how was that? The game itself, but just, Slippy, just a quick word on Slippy achieving 150 test match, pretty special. And for you to be there, what was that like?
Yeah, really special, man. I wasn't over there with the team as such. I was over there for the love of the game. But as Gitz knows all, man, like you boys know just as well, or probably better than I do. Like 150 in where he pats down is like criminally hard, like beyond belief hard. And they were doing his cap prezzo and doing all that gist, and he was just like every other slip thing that he's done. He just wanted no fuss about him. Didn't want any of the theatrics. I don't know if you saw the boys made him run out a little bit early. I think they released the clip of that, and he was so off how far Wilso was behind him. I took the piss out of him once he ran out there. He dropped down to an awkward hammy stretch, and I was like, mate, you've never done a hammy stretch in your career. It was just, mate, it was awesome. 150 result aside, shit house luck, but so special. So it was good to be there.
And can you, what do you reckon about Jorgo? Is he, you happy with how he played fullback, or they're missing you?
Jorgo's pretty exceptional. I think he'll be in the test arena for a while, regardless of what position he's playing. Hard luck in your first game to get sort of limited ball. AB's had it on a string early, Bowden a couple of contested balls, just trying to bring him forward. But I thought he did well considering the lack of ball that we were able to move around. I think you'll be better off from it. You learn hard, when you get tossed in the deep end a little bit. He'll be way better from the run. He was, just as disappointed as the rest of the guys, though, to be fair.
Right, you just touched on it there a little bit, and something that we probably didn't touch on when we were talking about the game. contestables was a bit of an issue on the weekends and probably for the last couple of weekends. And, we spoke about it in our last pod a couple of weeks ago, like there's more to the job of diffusing contestable kicks than just the guy underneath it. It's the guys running back and, not necessarily escorting, but maybe getting around, getting behind so you can hit the ruck or providing options to hold them up or whatever it might be. But how much work goes into that high ball receipt, not just from like I said, the guys that are under the ball, but from the surrounding players to kind of then help you from what happens once you catch the ball?
Yeah, for sure. I think because they've made like the contest either side now so free, there's genuine like scraps to be won. It's sort of like whatever team is keener to be in and around the contest, whether that's right up in it or like you mentioned, like ball hits a deck, who can dive on it or shift the point of attack. Plenty of work does go into it though, like because they changed the ruling, or as I just mentioned, like you can't run off the ball, the opposition guy now, and pretend you're running back to look at the ball, but you're just jostling for position the whole time. So trying to get back, because you very well can't do anything from in front of the ball if you're, the first guy back. So trying to get in behind and provide support, be there for the crumbs. And then there is like a little bit of an emphasis on someone being able on their side of the ball to try and, pick up if, they get the advantage in the air with the one-hand tap or whatever. So there is a little bit of a plan about it, but every team is doing that. It's just about who's doing it the best at the minute.
Is that right? So that's obviously why Hoops got done against Argentina when he was running back, but he was nowhere near the ball. Is that so?
Yeah, so they've said like
can't run in any direction towards the ball. Is that right? Or
yeah, so if you listen out, they'll be saying like allow. I think the term is allow access, so like complete access. So you used to be able to like run back with him, and like pretend like you're looking at the ball, but you're just trying to run as fast as the opposition guy and make him step around you. They fully changed that. That RG guy did a fairly good job to like take a small jolt and ended up quite theatrically hitting the deck. I mean that's the game. Like we know that was it was a mishap. It was either Jez or Hoops. I couldn't remember who it was, but it was at Allianz. So yeah, like the advantage now is not to run back or to be like with him. You've just got to go early. And every team's doing it, as I said. And then like if the kick's on the money, it's like I'll just can only do my job as retreating guy. Hopefully the guy at the back's coming forward doing a good job. And then we've just got the same job of someone end up with a footy and a gold jersey.
is that something that we talk about? Like is something that we can bring in as well? Playing more those contestable kicks, because you got one person back there. Like that's pretty tough. One against potentially three. If everyone knows that kick's coming in, it's on the money, like you said.
Yeah, it's fucking hard. It is. It's the art of like being able to do it off multiple different positions. Like you got to be able to do it from 9, do it from 10, do it from 10, kicking across his body. I think we saw Bowden. They threw back to Bowden a couple of times, and he was sort of just like half chipping, not a full bomb. I think Will Jordan and Caleb come up early with a couple on the weekend. So like from different positions, you're susceptible in different ways. Like bringing the blind winger forward, or sort of Tooley and Potts were like kind of half going back to a couple and weren't sure if, so they were quite crafty, I noticed on the go. Like it wasn't all just off 9 or just off Bowden or just off McKenzie later in the game. And yeah, they were quite good, especially early in the game. They made us sort of second guess ourselves in the backfield a little bit, moved us around.
Righty, your Brumbies teammate Ryan Lonergan got a nice little debut. Talk about a trial by fire, 20 minutes, and he has to be subbed on to play at Eden Park against the All Blacks. How do you think he went, and how was he after the game?
He was good. So I'm in rehab with his brother Nos, the slightly less good-looking version of the Lonergans. But so he flew over, and he was with his family and his grandparents, and they had the whole fuss there, which was awesome. Someone that's fucking deserved it for a little while and just bide his time. Lesser men would have just gone off overseas and tried to take that route and said, "Fuck it, it's too hard." But yeah, it was really pumped for him. 20 minutes in, I don't know if he was thinking, lace up the mouth guard just yet. But to be fair, like I probably would have put my house on him to be the best prepared after 20 minutes if he didn't know what was going on at that point, because he's just like no fuss about him, doesn't chase the highlights, does like the simple shit really, really well. Holds his teammate. Like he's one of those guys that's like, bigger picture of the game. So that was pretty cool. And again, like similar to Slips, like he was fussed, he was bummed about the result, but could really care less about the big fuss that was being made. And that's why probably the whole squad, like top to bottom, was like super, super pumped for him to get his opportunity. Yeah,
there's a really cool photo on Wallabies socials today. The first cap, Lonergan, 50 cap Tate McDermott, 150 cap in James Slipper. But also want to talk about another one of your teammates at Brumbyland is Billy Pollard. I think he's just been going really well. Like around the field, I think he's also been nailing his line-out throws in these last couple of games as well. Like what's he like as a bit of a character? We've had him on before, but give us a bit more of an insight.
Oh, so you've been chatting to Bill, have you? Has he been telling you how good he's going?
Would have been 2 or 3 months ago or something now.
Yeah, he didn't offer a great deal.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I meant of late. He would have been the first person to tell you how good he's going. I saw it was his first test trial on the weekend. I haven't spoke to him since the game, but I'm sure we'll hear plenty about that and about how he's carrying either Nell or Al and Slip and Belly, and he's just doing everything for the team at the minute. But probably got a rocket like a little bit earlier this year in Brumbyland, which was good. Like gave him, to start taking it a bit more seriously, and because he got so much potential. We saw him like carve up on a couple of little runs, like in a bit more broken play on the weekend. So for Bill, like he's had that ability for ages, but he just like hasn't had much luck early in his career with a couple of niggles, and he had a sore pinky toe for a little bit, I think, or a sesamoid in his some shit. I don't know. It was like slips now. I couldn't believe it for 2 years, but it was pumped for him. Obviously, as I said, first try. It's like a tough place to go and play, put us back in the contest a bit. And, he's worked pretty hard on his set piece, to be fair. It's the number one thing we sort of rip into him about. That's probably, Bill stinks and got bad hygiene, but we can go into that at another point if you want.
Yeah, I actually saw he changed his Insta handle to try scorer against the All Blacks.
Well, honestly, it wouldn't surprise me. He's got 2 photos on his Insta. He's got his Wallabies debut and his La Rochelle debut. So if he's ever fishing for chicks, you know why, that those are the only 2 photos. Yeah,
well, they're good photos. Good choice. I want to ask you about one other guy that you were with. He wasn't playing, but that bow-legged friend of ours, Nic White, he was out. He's retired about 40 times, and now there's an opportunity where he's coming back. When Tate went off, were you sitting together? Like, was it discussed? Was it like joked about?
I don't know if you saw the stand, but he couldn't have been quicker to seize the opportunity to grab a mic.
Oh, really? No.
Because I don't know if you guys know, but Whitey can talk pretty well. So he is pretty good on stand. He's about to reincarnate himself as the next big thing on there. So I did flick him a text. I was about 12 rows behind him, and I could just see the back of his bowed leg standing doing something. But I texted him when Tate came off, and I said, "Oh, boy." And he goes, "Lucky I didn't throw out all my menaces." Menaces being his Asics boots back in Perth. So I don't know if that was a joke or what will happen. But like, if you retire twice, like what's a third time in the grand scheme of things? So like, who knows?
Yeah,
you don't know what will happen in Perth. No, I think Jake and Lonners. I think Jake's going to be back in the mix. Lonners was obviously rock solid on the weekend.
Yeah.
But who knows?
Well, because I think if you look at it right, maybe the next couple of guys up would be maybe a Teddy Wilson or a Henry Robertson from the Force, but they're playing on Sunday, so they won't be able to prepare with the Wallabies. So maybe
where's that game at?
That's in Perth as well. That's in Perth on Sunday. So maybe it might be that they weren't able to, because they've got their own game to prepare for, that they needed Whitey to come in and help prepare. But at the same time, do you make a guy come out of retirement for a third time and then not play him? I don't know.
It's the best he's ever played. He almost needs to retire at the end of every match.
Well, to be fair, he was in such good form too. So and he's done 2 weeks at home now. So I think Mel might be pushing him back out the front door to go keep playing again. So I don't know. Like, he's like Batman though. Like if someone puts out the little light, like he's the first bloke to be like, "Yeah, I'll do it."
Yeah.
Isn't he breaking his leg though to straighten it?
Oh God! When he told me about that, he was trying to. I was like, mate, this is cosmetic surgery. Like, he's just trying to unbow his legs. He's trying to tell everyone his meniscus is hammered and it's like rubbing and it's sore. And he's like, but like, I'll end up a bit taller because my legs will be a bit straighter. I was like, mate, hang on. This is just cosmetic. This is not even like a football surgery.
He might come back as a second rower. They might.
But he looked phenomenal in a pair of jeans. Because I saw him, he was with Roddy in New Zealand, and Roddy filmed him walking out of some store. And the outfit he had looked great. It just looked shocking on him. He had no legs. He had no shoulders. The shirt's down. So once he fixed that leg, he could be a supermodel.
Yeah, well, the issue is he's got so many things wrong with him. He's like, I can't do uppers because my shoulders are hammered. I can't squat because my knees like face the wrong way and like whatever. He's like, I tore my bicep tendon when I got to Perth. I'm like, mate, what do you do in the gym? He's like, no, not much. I sort of just like walk around and talk. And I was like, oh, well, that explains a lot.
Can I ask how the triple threat's going as well, Carlo? Have you spoken to him? Carlo Desai went across the line again. Geez, he can sniff out a try, that bloke.
Yeah, he's one of the only sevens in world rugby that doesn't transfer back to the hooker on the maul, isn't he? No, I'm joking. He's he can find the try line, to be fair. He scored 1,000 for the Force this year. I didn't cross his path sort of too much in the shed. I was just trying to make more fuss about slip that he was hating. So, I mean, the sad part is he's obviously sitting right behind Fraser, who's been red hot too. So it's probably bringing out the best in both of them. Like Fraser's, keep making himself better, but Carlo's like chomping right at his tail, I suppose.
Mate, what's the rest of the year look like for you? Unfortunately, not going to be on the spring tour. So do you just train now for a period of time and then get your holidays over Christmas break? If so, are you going to get away? Yeah,
so I just sort of devised a plan. They were sort of pretty keen on me to take my leave somewhere in like the 8 to 10 week mark to once they sort of got me rock solid and got me moving about, and they just sort of can facilitate my program from afar for a week or two. I was to take the full couple of weeks, but I'm just going to head up to the Goldie towards the back end of October. Try to make the most of a little bit of sunshine with the girls, which would be nice. And fingers crossed Slips isn't on the spring tour and I can make the most of all of his money and jet skis and fishing rods.
Kingscliff way, yeah.
Yeah, so that'll be good. I've asked him if I can drive his brand new Land Cruiser. He said no. I will try my very, very hardest to get in that Land Cruiser though. And then, just get back on the horse straight after that, all of November, all the way through to Christmas break. I think we get like 7 days or 10 days off there and then sort of, again, just hit the ground running in January. But for the most part, just try to re-strengthen my leg before I sort of start that running period and that reconditioning period, which is sort of the toughest. But that'll be sort of February-ish next year, I suppose.
Are you a bit worried about, not doing much for so long and then just having to start from scratch again, being maybe a bit sloppy around the guts and having
sloppy around the guts does worry me a little bit.
Yeah, I mean that was always a worry of mine. So I just maybe I'm projecting, but no.
There was a little bit of a cull in the pantry. I'm pretty lucky. I like chocolate, but it's not massive. I'm more of like the lollies. I really like the Zappos and trolley lollies and killer pythons. Like I'll do the family pack of killer pythons in one. Like that's wow. So I'll have a snake. I mean, like the pack.
Wow.
Yeah.
How many calories in a pack of that?
I only look at the front.
There are 5 snakes. That's the only number that counts. I think
they say with the killer pythons though, there's 99% no sugar. But
that's it. It's basically nothing. It's nothing.
So it's good for you.
It's a bottle of water.
Yeah, terrific. More of those. Now, we've got you for a little bit longer here, Roddy. We're going to play Choose Your Own Adventure. Okay, your 2 choices are 1, you can do a bit of a deep dive into the Springboks v Argentina game with us, or 2, Tommy has written a New Zealand quiz based on the fact that it's Bledisloe week. Which would you like to take a part in?
I didn't get to watch. I saw the score and a couple of highlights. So
perfect. Sounds like it's the quiz.
It is.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
All right.
Well, you choose for me.
Yeah, we'll do the
quiz.
quiz.
Suits the narrative better.
We'll do the quiz. You know how it works. You each take it in turns to give the first answer. I go around. It's normally A, B, C, or D. Winner is the champion. Loser's a loser. All right, here we go.
What do I win? What do I win first?
A bag of killer pythons. We will send you a bag of killer pythons.
Maybe even a box if it's a clean sweep.
Yeah, if you smash them.
What were you after? You were about to say something funny, I'm sure.
No, I just saw heaps of shirts behind kits, and I was like, "Oh, don't mind if I pick the litter there."
Well, mate, they're just around the corner from you.
KOKO merch, I'll kit you out.
No, Gits has got like a whole suburb here.
Yeah. Righty, did you know it's Giddy's birthday today?
No, it's not.
It is. I promise.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, thanks.
What do they do for you?
Put an invite in your mailbox, but nothing.
Nothing? Yeah, I don't get out of the mailbox often.
Me. I forgot.
I'm busted. Thanks for reminding me.
Righty, what's Gits's house look like? Is it I picture like an English manor with a circle driveway and a moat, and you can go and hunt pheasants and stuff on it. Is Gits's place?
The issue is like the Slovenian guy at the bottom of the gate. He doesn't really let you like lurk around for too long, so I get a bit worried.
Right, the armed guard, right?
Yeah,
we got this quiz going. What's going on?
Sorry, mate. Question number 1: New Zealand is the home to the smallest what? A, flightless bird. B, dolphin. C, shoe repair shop. Or D, wieners.
I'm going to go A, flightless bird.
Righty.
Do repair shop.
And Gits?
Yeah, I'm going the shoe as well.
The answer is B, dolphin.
Oh.
The Hector dolphin. But don't dolphins live in international waters? It only lives in New Zealand. There you go. The Hector dolphin. Everybody loses. Question number 2. New Zealand is the largest exporter of what in the world? A, milk. B, lamb. C, barley. D, rugby pliers representing other nations. I reckon that's meant to say rugby players. Yep. Representing other nations. Milk, lamb or barley. Over to you, Righty. A, B or C?
Lamb.
Gets?
Milk.
I'll go barley.
Congratulations, Gits. A ding, ding, ding. Gits is up by 1. Question number 3. The All Blacks team branding has been used in so many different ways. Which of these is not a real thing? A, All Blacks beer. B, All Blacks the musical. C, All Blacks pokey machine. D, front page honours on the Loser's Guide to Rugby.
God.
So obviously D's a joke. Okay, so it's either All Blacks beer, All Blacks the musical, or All Blacks pokey machine. Over to you, Goit.
I think, which one is not? Is that right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I think they've not done a beer.
They haven't done a beer?
I don't think they've done a poker machine.
Poker machine and...
Yeah, can't be a poker machine.
Surely, I've played it.
It's All Blacks.
3 Bledisloes and you get paid.
All Blacks the musical.
Really? So there is a poker machine?
There's a poker machine.
Controversial.
I thought there would have been a pokey.
It'd be like an ex-Wallaby doing Bet365.
Yeah, but we openly say that we do anything for money.
Yeah, that's fair. That's so
I don't know
fair.
what he's talking about.
Very good, Righty.
Jeez, it's good.
That should be just a point for a funny comment.
That
Can
should
we
be
do
a pack of pythons for that.
Bag of pythons. Send them. Question number 4. Who is the most followed Kiwi on Instagram? Good question, Tommy. A, Lord. B, Israel Adesanya. C, Dan Carter. Or D, Sonny Bill Williams' shiny, sweaty abs. Am I right? So, Lord, Israel Adesanya or Dan Carter? It's over to you, Biv.
Let me hear say royal.
Lord.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Lord.
Righty.
Oh, I'm going to say Adesanya, surely.
Adesanya and Goit.
Yeah, Adesanya.
A ding, ding, ding. Adesanya means Gits has got 2. Righty 1. Biv, yet to get off the mark. Yeah. It has always been funny that when the Kiwis say 6, it sounds like they are saying sex. Am I right?
Hey, yes.
Am I right? We told him once we like that, am I right?
Oh, no, he hammers it. On the topic of sex, how many Kiwis were treated for STIs in 2024? This is punchy.
Yeah. Well, they say Waikato, I think, is the...
STI capital.
Keep going. Yeah, keep going.
Yep. I don't know if that's true. A, 7,740. B, 8,740. C, 9,740. Or D, sucks.
I'm going to go 8,740.
Righty.
I'm going to go A.
7,740. And Gits?
C.
A ding, ding, ding. Righty. 7,740 with herpes and syphilis are the 2 big ones. So
I knew it.
congratulations to those 2 STIs.
What would have been a better question is how many haven't been treated for it? Because obviously it's going around.
How would you actually come up with that number, though, if they've not been treated?
I don't know.
That's why it's not the question.
Tommy could ring people. Hello there. Okay, we now have a tiebreaker. Sadly, Biv, you are out.
I'll still compete.
Well, I just won't listen to it. Question number 6. How many Rugby World Cups have the Black Ferns won? A, 4, B, 5, C, 6, or D, 7?
Trying to recall. I was watching one stand the other day. I think it's 4.
4, Righty. And for you, Gits?
Jeez, watching a lot of Stan, this guy. I'll go 5 then.
Ooh.
Both incorrect.
I'm going to go 6.
So it's either 6 or 7, boys.
6, 7.
Righty, 6 or 7?
6.
And Gits?
I'll go 7, Bo.
It's 6. Righty gets the win.
Wait a minute. He got a point for trying to be funny. Like,
No, I didn't give that point in the
you
end.
didn't give me it.
I didn't give that one.
That's 2 boxes of pythons.
Tommy,
well done, Roddy.
hopefully.
Oh, look at these. He's got the pencil sours.
Wow, this is
The
actually
man
a
is
problem.
stocked.
Lucky you emptied out the
everywhere.
cupboard. Didn't you say you emptied out the cupboard?
No chockies or like bread and stuff, like lollies. They're right. Just like water. What do you mean? Like,
Yeah, that's right, 99%. Yeah.
Tom Wright, thanks for joining us on the KOKO Show. And good luck for 2026 when you're back firing.
Yeah, hope the recovery goes well, mate.
appreciate it, lads. Thanks for having me.
No worries.
All right, folks, Tom Wright, one of the great guys.
One of the great fellas.
Yeah, such a shame
It's
he's not in
tough
that
when you're
side.
injured, though. It is tough. Isolating, but he'll be back out there.
Yeah, and he was absolutely killing it.
Yeah.
Absolutely flying. Anyway, that's how the sport works, I believe. You guys know better than me. Is that right?
Well, I mean, he was lucky. He got the lines out, didn't get injured. He's still got the World Cup. There's a lot to look forward to, as much as he'd be disappointed.
That's what I like about Gits. Glass half full.
Mate, absolutely. There was another massive RC match on the weekend. The Springboks 67 defeated Argentina 30. Talk about a game of two halves. It was tight, and then they
It
just
was very tight.
35 points of fury in that second half.
How good is Sasha
Feinberg.
Ngomezulu? Like,
Yeah.
just really stood up in that 10 position. Couple of tries, couple of assists, like really controlled. Put his really sort of stamped his authority into the test arena. Chesy, our boy Ches Dog on the wing, he was fantastic except for that one moment. Did you see that, Giddy?
Yeah, I did, but was he not just kicking it to the 10 to then to kick, or you just
Yeah,
can't
that's what he was doing. He was just getting it closer to the 10. But normally people just pass that, or maybe a punt kick or a grubber kick. But because he enacted a drop kick,
drop
and it
kick,
went
yeah.
into the field of play, the Argentinian caught it and then just play on, basically.
Oh, yeah, it is. Yeah,
Yeah.
I know.
I mean, it's good rugby IQ from the Argentinian, Chocobaras, that just went ahead with it and scored the try. But, I mean, that is one of the all-time clangers for Ches Dog. But he did pretty well himself and crossed the line as well. But, I mean, that Springbok team, when they turn it on, there isn't anyone better in world rugby. It's what the Rugby Championship has proved, though, through pressure and other factors, is that it's very difficult to play at that level for a long period of time and week to week. But when they're on, they're on.
That search for their number 10, which they're jumping through a few different players. You have Andre Pollards. And
I mean, they're jumping through their team quite a lot.
Yeah.
Not just the 10. I would imagine as a 10 getter, you'd know more. Like, you'd want to get more time in the saddle with the combination so you can build cohesion and understanding of how the players around you play, how the body language as well. Because there's a lot more in communication than just the verbal. It's just getting little cues off each other's body language, just like all these little things that you can't get unless you're in the arena. And because there's been so much chopping and changing, I would imagine as a 10, it would be pretty hard to kind of find that rhythm.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah, I think you want to play week in, week out. You get used to different line speed, your depth, just controlling a game. And also, because they've got so much, they've got the depth in that position, I'm not sure really that Russie is set on 110 one way. He knows that 110 can play a certain style maybe, and the 10 that he picks kind of dictates how they want to play. But yeah, for a 10, especially, Lebok or Ngomozulu, they would want consistency. I think Andre Pollard can come in and out because he's got that experience. But I think Ngomozulu maybe had been injured. Was he injured for a while beforehand? And now he was in the 23, often coming off the bench. And was this his first start at 10? I think it was.
Well, it has been
It
for
was
a
this
little bit,
season, absolutely.
Yeah. So maybe he is the man, and he's finally got fit and he's back, and that's the one that they're going to leave at 10 for a while.
Yeah.
All three tries were spectacular.
Yeah.
Like the one where he dummied 180 degrees to then dart underneath the post.
Yeah, I mean, it's a
was
crossfield
just
kick.
number 9.
Yeah.
That crossfield kick as well on counter.
Yeah.
Just one pass in, crossfield kick. Just have that awareness that opened it right up, out to the right wing. Chesy.
Just mark straight down.
Just good footy. Eyes up footy.
They are now sitting on top of the RC Championship ladder. They've got the big one for them is the points difference. They got 55 points difference. I do have the ladder here somewhere, but for the life
Yeah, I
of me,
think they were plus, and then New Zealand
People
were
can find the ladder.
minus. I was having a look at it, but I think the beauty of the RC, it's coming down in the last round. Hopefully, from our point of view, Wallaby supporters, the Argies can put a number on them in Twickenham, and we can get the job done in Perth. Are we still a chance? We can still win it, can't we?
we are, yeah, absolutely. Well, the Argies are second match specialists against each of the Rugby Championships nations. Obviously, they did it against the All Blacks, and then they did it against us. So hopefully, also being on a neutral ground over there in the UK, hopefully they can do it. And then, hopefully we can absolutely smash the Kiwis. And then
We'll be there, won't we, Goit?
Absolutely. Bells on. I'll be that green and gold, you won't be able to recognise me.
Fantastic. Make sure you go up to the boys. They love just sitting and chatting for ages about footy. That's your main thing.
Generally when the game's on too. Ask as many questions as you can so I'm looking there rather than where the game is.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I'll probably most likely be flooded, so I'm happy for a chat.
Yeah, two different options there. All right. Let's get into the other thing that's Super Rugby AUS. Those round 3 scores have taken place. Waratahs 42 defeated the Brumbies 34, and the Reds 47 defeated the Force 22. However, the Force, despite that loss, still make their way into the final this week, which is Force Waratahs. That's on the Sunday over there in Perth. To do the double.
Wanneroo Dogs. They're playing at Wanneroo. So I'll be going to that game. I'm going to stay and watch Kirtley and the Western Force take on the Waratahs. I only watched that game up at Warringah Rats only a couple of weeks ago. So the return leg is the grand final. So that's on the Sunday after the Butters on the Saturday afternoon, evening. So plenty going on. Also, little KJ, my little godson, Kirtley's youngest fellow, he's turning 3. So I've got his birthday on Saturday, which I've been asked to dress up as Peppa Pig.
Oh, wow. Are you the children's entertainment?
Well, yeah, I think I am. And I said to Maddie, Curly's wife, I said, am I the only adult dressing up? And she's like, yes, you will be.
You know why they've done that?
Can you not go as Grandpa Pig? Does that have to be Peppa?
Well, to be honest, I'm having a pretty hard time finding any type of Peppa Pig costume adult size.
Yeah, I reckon they've done that because a children's entertainment is like $600 a pop.
Yeah.
And they've gone, what's a cheap way to do it? What's Uncle Drew doing?
Yeah.
He's silly enough to pop on a Peppa Pig outfit. Saved himself $600. The Women's Rugby World Cup, that final, which I discussed at the top.
Yeah, how good was that? Good scenes.
33 over Canada, just a packed Twickenham, and people, they did not leave their seats.
Yeah, and for the bronze medal game as well, the Black Ferns versus Canada.
France.
Against France. Canada was in the final against England, of course. But I think just like that entire tournament, the engagement, the attendance, all of that, but also just the quality of rugby has been fantastic and has been for a long time. But I think now more and more people are seeing it and starting to engage with it. So congratulations to the Red Roses.
Yes.
Ellie Kildare, what a player.
Oh, I know. Unbelievable.
She's exceptional.
Yeah. Just moves, just so quick. Next World Cup obviously is here, 2029. Yeah. So
well, both men's and then women's.
And we know how to put on a tournament.
Oh, we do.
I remember.
But they've set the bar.
They have
that English World Cup. So we've got to go and beat those numbers.
Certainly makes a difference when you're favourites for the World Cup. So a bit of investment in the women's game, get us like even tournaments like this, great exposure where they can develop, become more competitive. So I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a great 4 years, 2 years for the boys and 4 years for the girls.
Absolutely. Now, as we're just closing here, but some big news for the world of rugby. Mark Nawanga-Nitawasi has said we will be back to the 15-man game in 2027. Thoughts, boys?
Yeah, I think it's great. He's chosen, or he's at least stated his intention to not play in Super Rugby, which I think is probably the best way for Rugby Australia to go about it, because now they've loosened that good old law and the fact that they can still pick him from overseas. So allow someone else to pay $800,000 to $900,000 for him, but then we can still pick him for the international stuff. So again, he's got to come back and look, there's no reason to suggest that he wouldn't acclimate really quickly back into rugby union, because he did it so well with rugby league. I'm sure he can just come back to rugby union and go, back to the form that he was in before he left, or perhaps even better. So look, it's just great to bolster the depth of the squad, because one thing that we've seen over the last 18 months is the squad depth has been getting really, really strong, and and at times the depth in which Joe Schmidt has had to lean on. Like you look at the wingers alone. Harry Potter got injured, and Dylan Peach got injured. Like there's players are just stepping up, so there's definitely plenty knocking on the door. But to have another one, and as good as Mark Nawanga-Nitawase is, only a good thing for the Wallabies.
He has had some unbelievable highlights this year, like some of the best I've ever seen. So very exciting for Australian rugby. Right, I am closing this show, but a reminder.
Quickly, sorry, before you do that reminder, John Connolly, ex-Wallaby coach. He's written a book, Bare Knuckles. Obviously, he's in a wheelchair now. He had an unfortunate accident at his parents' place when he was visiting his dad. But he's now written a book. It's called Bare Knuckles. Go out and buy it. All the proceeds, everything goes towards spinal research and all, I think just education and whatever else in that area. So Knuckles has sent this down to me. You get a mention, Drew. I got a mention.
Oh, yeah.
James,
Did
you
he,
didn't get one.
did he mention how he dropped me in the quarterfinal for swoop? Yeah.
Yeah, it was mentioned in there. It said, shocking call, dropping Mitchell. He would have won us the game single-handedly and won us the World Cup.
He's not wrong, so I'm going to buy that book.
Right.
No, but he's one of the great
Okay,
guys.
so it's one of those sort of comedy books, is it? One of those. Have a laugh.
Oh,
I can't
mate,
wait.
4 miles into that fucking stupid call. But anyway, great book. And
Yeah, great book.
he's
Fair
one of the
Knuckles,
great
Tom
fellas.
Connolly. So go out and buy it. Obviously, all the proceeds are going to a really good cause.
Fantastic. Yes, we are about to try this Patreon for the first time. It's an 8-week trial. We are asking you to support the pod. It is answering your questions, more Q&A like we do at the live shows. This week, it's a bit of a Bledisloe deep dive. Please, it's only $2 a week, so get on and support what we're doing. It will be released on Wednesday, and it's a bit of bonus content for you, Tommy. Is that right?
And it'll build as well. This is the first
will.
one. We're going to build and get some of your feedback, and we'll just keep going from there.
Absolutely. You know where to find us, www.kickoffsandkickons.com, all of that stuff. All that's left to do, KOKO!
That's good.
Yeah. It's amazing what happens when I don't drink.
Oh, wow. That is the best video on YouTube. You know what you need to do now? You need to like and subscribe down there. Or if you want extra content, might be down there, you need to go up here or up here and get more of that gear. Thanks for supporting Kickoffs and Kick-Ons, and we will see you very soon.